Kenny Pickett, 14 of 24, just 94 yards on the day. Thompson Robinson getting the start. Deshaun Watson done for the year. Fracture in his right shoulder. Warren has been the star for Pittsburgh. 145 total yards. And the Steelers have outplayed the Browns in the second half. The reverse was true in the first half.
Exactly. And Kenny Pickett, we've gotten used to just taking his numbers up to this point and throwing them out. This is what they call KPT time.
Pickett's pass, incomplete, looking for Deontay Johnson.
He hasn't been a part of this offense for so long. Almost maybe surprised ball came his way.
2 catches, 10 yards for Deontay Johnson. Second down and 10 with 1:38 on the clock. 6 come from behind wins this season. That's the most in the NFL for the Steelers. Pickett, 7 career game-winning drives, including fourth quarters and overtime. Second down and 10. Pickett's going to air it out, and there's nobody there.
Well, they had man coverage on the outside, and he likes to say, if it's man coverage, you give my guys the ball, especially Pickens. And I think he expected Deontay Johnson to continue down the field on that go route with the safety in the middle of the field away from them. And he broke off the route, and the ball falls incomplete.
1:32 on the clock. 3rd and 10 for the Steelers. 9 straight wins in 1-score games, a franchise record for Pittsburgh. Dime package here for the Browns on 3rd and 10. Pickett throws too high. Looking for Johnson. The Browns defense holds up. And Cleveland's going to get the football back with 1:28 left in regulation.
And Pittsburgh did everything right. They doubled Myles Garrett. They had an opportunity with Deontay Johnson, but MJ Emerson with good coverage does not allow him to come down with the football.
Charles, that drive was 14 seconds for Pittsburgh.
And field position wise, should turn out well for Cleveland.
Kick from Harvin. Prochet takes a peek upfield from the 23. Prochet out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 34. 47-yard kick, a 12-yard return. Herbig on special teams. Coming up next, Game 2 of our NFL on CBS doubleheader shifts to an AFC East rivalry. 2 teams determined to stay in the playoff hunt. The Jets are in Buffalo to take on the Bills. The NFL is on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Boy, divisional play is something else, isn't it? And that one up there in Orchard Park feels like a lose-or-leave town match. Big one, Jets and Bills, but we got a monster one right here in front of us.
So it comes down to the rookie out of UCLA, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Just over a minute to go. DTR throws. It's handled at midfield by Elijah Moore. First down. Gain of 15.
They pushed it downfield past where they've been throwing it. Finds the open gap and good body control and soft hands for the catch.
Sling it underneath. Catch made by Hunt. 5-yard pickup. 53 seconds on the clock.
Here's the first down throw. And look at him go down to secure the catch. Good concentration by Elijah Moore. They've been trying to use him as one of those hybrid receivers and running backs earlier in the year. That package has kind of gone away, and he's much more of a receiver now. And he comes with one of his biggest catches of the year.
They need about 10 yards to get into Hopkins' range. This is a second down and 5. 50 seconds left. Thompson Robinson connects with Cooper. Timeout called. 48 seconds on the clock.
And he threw that ball with no pressure on him, meaning he threw that ball like he was in the moment, and it wasn't a rookie with a lot of pressure on him. He set up and threw a strike right at the number of Amari Cooper. Put it right at the 2, where he could see it right into his hands and absorb the hit. Porter from behind.
So, Charles, right now they'd be staring at a 55-yard attempt after that completion. The career long for Hopkins, 58, and he did that this year.
And so far this year, he is 7 for 7 from 50-plus yards in field goal attempts.
Hopkins getting himself ready. Steelers trying to come up with a big play defensively. We're tied at 10, 48 seconds to go.
Could be quarterback draw here to keep it.
Thompson Robinson underneath to Njoku. First down catch. That covers 11 yards. The Browns very much in business. Down to 32 seconds to go.
Now what you're thinking is, where does my kicker want the ball on the field? You have to know that as you're running your offense.
Winner here moves to 7-3 on the year. Hunt the carry. He slithers through, gets hit by T.J. Watt. 19 seconds left. And Hayward punched over. Timeout taken by the Browns. Hayward up on his feet. We have 19 seconds on the clock.
And if they took a timeout, he doesn't have to come out.
Cleveland trying to start the year 7-3. They did that in 2020. They finished that season 11-5.
Timeout, Cleveland. Their third and final of the half.
But that's it
timeout
for the Browns.
This could be very similar to what we saw the other night with Buffalo and Denver. If they're out of timeouts, do you run a play and run your field goal unit out there?
For 20 seconds. Thank you.
They're going to put a second on the clock. I mean, they're still in control here, a 2nd and 8. They have the extra down to work with. Steelers have the one timeout remaining, might be using it for icing purposes.
Here we go.
Hunt in the backfield.
Someone jumped on the right side for Cleveland. The way Harrison Bryant slumped, I wonder if it was him.
It's making your life a little more difficult.
But still plenty of space for Hopkins with the leg he has.
Sean
Delay of
Hockley.
game, defense number 95 with abrupt movement causing the offense to react. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
It's Benton, and it moves Cleveland up 5 yards. They can still run the ball here and then clock it on third down if necessary.
And you might want to think about it. You know, you kick it on third in case something goes wrong to have fourth down.
Running play. And the clock is moving.
Get up there.
That's the key right now. 10 seconds. Down to 7 seconds. Spike it with 5. It's going to come down to Dustin Hopkins.
It's fourth down.
Hit the game winner last week from 40 yards away in the come-from-behind victory against the Ravens.
If this goes through the posts, what a spot for Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and what a grown-up moment for him.
Steelers do have the one timeout. This is from 34 yards away. Hewlett, the snapper. And a timeout call. So they're going to make Hopkins think about it.
Final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
We know what happened last week on an extra point. Patrick Peterson blocked it. Something he takes great pride in. No timeouts remaining. The rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson leading his team down the field. He went 4 for 4 on the drive prior to the spike. So Hewlett will snap it, but Horquez to hold it. It's a 34-yard attempt for the Browns. looking to go in front. Snap. Hopkins sweeps the leg. It's perfect. Cleveland takes the lead. There's a penalty marker on the near side.
Offside. Defense. This penalty is declined. The field goal is good.
2 seconds left. 13-10. Browns in front. Steelers have won all of these close games this season. They may have finally met their match here in Cleveland.
The change in preseason from Cade York to Dustin Hopkins paying huge dividends for the Cleveland Browns at the kicker position.
And a sigh of relief from rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Grew up on that drive, didn't he? And Kevin Stefanski trusted him finally down the stretch to make some of those deeper throws. Now, do you put it in play if you're Cleveland and try and take this time off the clock or force Pittsburgh to make a decision? Or do you kick it out and make one Hail Mary defensive play?
2 seconds left. Hopkins is going to blast it. Steelers will have it at the 25-yard line, trailing 13-10. Just the swing and emotions this week, coming off that huge win over Baltimore, then the news that Deshaun Watson would be out for the season with the fracture in his right shoulder. That came down on Wednesday. So after the initial shock, once it was announced that Thompson-Robinson would start, you saw Browns fans beginning to rally once again. 2 seconds left. Last gasp for the Steelers.
Lateral play.
Toss it. Pickens give it up for Johnson. He's tackled, and that's it. The Cleveland Browns get the win. They knock off their division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, to improve to 7-3 on the season and stay very much in the division title race in the AFC North. Emotions for the rookie out of UCLA, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, leading his team to victory. The Steelers fall to 6-4. They had won all of the games that were one-score finals until today.